kind of the modifications. Okay, let me connect with MySQL once again because in between the network issue. So I just set, yeah, MySQL from you, Indian Lab 1. I know, friends, this is the time to leave. Just to hold on because, however, afternoon time, I have given the complete task implementation by you. That's what I'm overboarding you. Please be informed.
No problem, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so now we have to use the database. Now use. All right. So now you one problem here, friends. Like call. Like this, if I'm doing. Now, why that the double dollar is not there into the force, or else let me do this. See here again, it is asking. Okay, that means okay, that double dollar until the session is active, it is temporarily we are establishing. But ultimately, the semicolon, if you are disconnecting in between, again you are raising. Definitely, we have to reinvent and re-specify that particular delimiter. I hope you observed that point also. No problem. Now, just I am picking up some of the tables with the corresponding databases. Uh, just I am picking up this particular show tables. Now I want to establish some kind of other procedure so as to access the employee EMPL data. Um, what I'm doing here is just I'm making use of first I should give the delimiter. Okay, so double dollar, and I want to create some kind of the procedure. Create procedure, get EMP data. As usual, just will start the logical transaction. And as a part of this particular thing, friend, just to use some space for the readability. So as usual, normal statement select. I'm taking the employee data and as well as department data. Okay, only these two fields I want. Typical SQL statement, friends. You need not worry about the things. Order by some kind of salary, some kind of dynamic statement, and then we are giving the enter. So today it is creating some trouble, guys. I don't know why. Yeah, and end some kind of double dollar. So now we got to know that okay, this procedure has created. So this particular procedure, unlike in the earlier procedure, the earlier procedure is something like which is giving some kind of the display message. But whereas in case of this thing, I want to scope the database table also into my procedure. So here the point is just accept that delimiter and as well as the create procedure. Remaining statements are as usual. And in the generic scenario, friends, while working with the joins or any other kind of the aggregate functions and all, we are not going to separate the appropriate activity as a transaction like begin and end kind of thing, which establish a kind of logical flow of the statements. So that is one of the important point in understanding of the stored procedures and as well as the functions, right? So because if you are putting that starting and ending of that particular transaction, there is some kind of the observation with respect to those considerations, and accordingly it is going to give the running of the code. Now, what we are doing is, however, just we need to call that particular um, procedure get EMP, and so just as we established this particular delimiter as a double dollar, and we are calling this. So just I'm getting the information like employee and department, and I am ordering by salary. So accordingly, just I'm making use of this particular details. So in what way you are going to perform the activity in a typical statement, like, so select some star from EMPL kind of thing. But again, it is asking us the dollar. Okay, then what is the solution for that? Delimiter. Okay, just to establish this thing. Now this time select star from EMPL. Okay, so whenever you are using the procedure kind of thing, just you establish this particular double dollar. And if you are done with the procedure creation, and if you are not going into the stored procedure or those kind of aspects, every time giving this double dollar is also one kind, because we are not habituated that thing. So no problem for that. So just you can roll back that particular double dollar usage just by giving this delimiter column. Okay. So with this, just will we have done with a basic understanding of what exactly the procedure, and even I have seen your things also. But now, as of if you are considering, majority of our work is related to the workbench, because if I am using the multiple statements, there is always a possibility of making some errors, and here and there I need to connect with some multiple aspects. So in that particular case, it is always preferable to use the workbench. So for this particular thing, friends, you observe just in I have created some kind of the schema here. So with kind of employee data and all. So if you click on this particular left side, so just it is still running. Maybe I have given some kind of heavy data. So just I need to refresh. Okay. So it is still under refreshing, no problem. So we are having tables, views, stored procedures, functions. See how this particular thing can be observed. However, the table data within the employee database, you can observe, and views. If any specific views, if you are establishing, then you can easily consider that particular views, and stored procedures. So just to click on the stored procedures and right click, uh, or else you can go to this database and you click on this particular thing, friends. Okay, it is giving us some kind of the information, what exactly the employee schema and all. And again, you close this particular schema and go to this one, and one first option is there. Click on that. Now you observe here, friends, within that first option, I'm having the information, tables, columns data, any indexes, triggers not yet created. That's what it has not populated. Views are there, stored procedures. For your demonstration, I have created some kind of the procedures earlier. So it is showing them, and now functions not there, and granting permissions and events. Now, if you click on the stored procedures, you can easily see that which are all the stored procedures I am having. So you need not remember in which database what stored procedure I have created, because if you are working with database in the command prompt, there is a little difficult to track the stored procedure names. But whereas in the workbench, directly just by clicking this particular option related to this database, whatever I am having, just it is going to give us all the stored procedure existing. Now, just if you are referring this select employees and right click, so just you can see the procedure call. Okay, so just it is giving some kind of the call employees. All those automations I will show you. But initially, my intention is just if you refer the kind of the stored procedure, whatever I am having. This time I am using the employees data. Okay, use employees data. How we have done in case of the normal command prompt. And if select employees already there, then you need to drop that particular thing. And here also the same approach we are following, friends. Like delimiter, we are mentioning that double dollar. And a typical procedure like create procedure, this remains same, no distinction. Just I am giving the meaningful name to that particular procedure. So select employees, that means I am selecting some employees data from the table. Uh, as usual, that particular parenthesis refers to the usage of the functionality. Now, once this particular thing is over, just we are beginning and select star from employees. And another statement I want to give, because around 50,000 or 60,000 records were there in the table. So I don't want to flood this particular number of records, but I want to specify some outcome related to the procedure. So simply what we are doing is just we are limiting that outcome to 1,000 and ending. So logical begin and logical end of a corresponding transaction. And one flexibility with this, friends, because here only I can specify once you use this particular dollar, um, I can make use of this particular semicolon again. So just you select this particular thing and you can run. And here clearly you can see in the output window, uh, create procedure, just the procedure has been created with the said documents or set specifications. There are certain options where, so just again, here only you can call the procedure. So select employees, the procedure you can directly call and you can run. Okay, just it is going to display. Or else, as I already mentioned, so just to go to the employees, select this particular thing, right click on this and copy this procedure call, and it automatically gives us the statement. That is the advantage of the workbench, friends. It does many things for us. Okay, so just we are calling that employees dot select employees. Now you can run this particular statement. Okay, that is all your wish. Maybe either you can completely dependent on the GUI, or else if you enjoy the benefits of calling this particular thing without any usage of GUI, just you can do that particular aspect also. Okay, so don't worry, just to we have to go that extra mile, however, no problem. And in the tomorrow session also, I'll come up with some more aspects like how we can give the parameters while calling the procedure, and how we are getting the outcome from that particular procedure. And certain aspects are also there, which very interactive and very helpful to us, guys. Okay. So with this, just we achieved some kind of progress in our training. I successfully introduced the concept of the normalization and as well as the procedures to you. And of course, I could able to see the response, like, in terms of the normalization yet to see. I'll pose some questions in tomorrow's session, because the normalization here and there, you need some kind of the understanding and preparation based on, let me give that time. So however, I have dedicated the afternoon session time for you for implementation of that particular task. Maybe in the timing, okay, the 2 to 5. So, or else you can log in by 2:30. From 2:30, so just maybe in between, I may share some kind of the information with you in the Slack or this Teams, or I may ask you the status, okay, related to few members. That is what. Now, what about the groups, friends? Just can you let me know which are all who are all formed the three batches yesterday I received. Can you guys help me to understand the batch in the chat window? Batch one, batch two, batch three. I think Harish is batch one. Harish is going to
Yes,
give
sir.
batch one Harish, and you can give the batch one names Harish along with you. And
Okay, sir.
batch two, I am giving Shahid. Shahid is going to give the batch two. Batch three, I think Praveen. So Praveen. Uh, let me see who are all the leftover members. Now itself will clear the batch information. Okay. Later point of time, it should not create any other trouble for us. So that I can keep track of the batch information, guys. So that I can post to the corresponding batch only rather than disturbing us. But only one more important point is uh, while interacting with the members, it's not a team lead or some kind of thing, but as a point of contact, I would say. Okay, so Harish, Shahid, and Praveen, I'm making as a point of contact because I cannot interact with all, at least in the status update and all. Of course, in the exhibition and in the observation of those kind of things, definitely all three members should support me, okay, in the presentations and all. But initially, okay, initially to notify you, I am making these three members as point of contact for batch one, two, and three. That is the plan. Okay, by as promised earlier, by Saturday, just I will give you the individual batch wise capstone. Okay, you all decide. It involves all the analysis, design, and normalization, and then SQL, PLSQL kind of the construct is a small project actually, I would say. So batch two, let me copy these things in my my records also. I'll keep in my records. File new batches. Nation. Okay. Batch two, again I am confirming Shahid, Bharati, and Janeshwar.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Very good, very good. So point of contact for this batch is Shahid. Okay,
Yes, sir.
okay, done. So what about Harish? Still Harish and Praveen are typing.
Yes, sir. Just give me a minute.
Any more any modifications are there or okay? I will wait. No problem. Yeah, because I want to clarify this thing so that we can follow up the next steps. Batch three, very good, Praveen.
Yes.
So Praveen is a point of contact for batch three, and Praveen batch contains Praveen Kannan, Karthikeyan, and Satish. Okay, very good. Okay, so waiting for batch one. So Harish is also. Ah, so Asrlochan, Sahu, Vedant, and Harish. Very good. Just let me paste here. Hmm. So Shahid, Bharati, Janeshwar, Praveen, Karthikeyan, Satish, Harish, Asrlochan, and Vedant. So obviously the leftover members. Okay, so let me see that who are all there. Karthikeyan, Praveen is over. Sai Sravanti, Srinidhi, Wasim. Okay, so batch four. Size Revanthi already given, no? No, not given, no problem. Okay. So batch 2, batch 3, Size Revanthi. And second one, Asim, third member, Srinidhi, no? Okay. Okay. So batch 4, Sai Sravanti, Vasim and Srinidhi. Who is going to act as point of contact, friends, out of these three? Because that communication is important. I'm not hearing from you guys.
Wasim sir, yeah.
Vasim, okay. Vasim, you need to liaison between Sravanti and Srinidhi. If they want to act as a point of contact, no problem. We can give to them also based on your
Yeah, sure.
yeah, okay, na? Okay, just to
Yeah.
discuss with them and then you come up with your analogy. Ultimate goal is only to achieve that particular progress in the learning process, nothing else. Okay, this how you are maybe if any project is given to you as, of course, generally project works based on the teamwork only. Okay, no problem, Srinidhi. That's perfectly all right. Wasim is the point of contact for us for the batch 4. So that let me copy batch 4 guys into my records. So then right, and this batch 2. Just copy in the word. Okay. So with that, just we have done some kind of progress in initiation process. Um, uh, and anything else, friends, we missed out? Maybe the batch wise, any clarifications do I need related to the assessments? First assessment, except who is that? Srinidhi, na?
Yes, sir, I didn't give it.
Okay, so no problem. Tomorrow I'll give a chance to you, Srinidhi. So no, which topic I have allocated to you?
Best implementation technique in usage of joins, sir.
Okay, okay, very good. So the join options and how you can optimize the usage of the joins, which is
Yes,
a
sir.
nice topic. Okay, good. And tomorrow maybe before end up our discussion in the morning, so just we'll have a discussion on that. And however, afternoon, today afternoon and tomorrow afternoon, the dedicate that assignment is there, my friends. So let me open once more for you. So so that we can conclude the things without taking much time. Uh, okay, this one. Okay, individual assessment. This is expectation is like you have to implement the below queries with the suitable commands and share the SQL code along with the results. That screenshots, SQL coding results are mandatory. Each implementation expectation is optimization should be there. Maybe whatever the constructs we are using, you can submit on or before Monday. Uh, okay, before entering into the class, I need to have all your submissions. Maybe you can share me the drive link or drive link is better so that if any leadership or if any manager want to verify your progress, then they can also have a look on that. That is best. And or else I will do one thing. Just I'll share the drive link for you and we'll see the possibility, friends, what exactly we can do. So based on this particular convention, again, I'm repeating, the expectation is just you need to take your own database, the kind of the tables and as well as the constructs related to that. And accordingly, just you implement the tasks. And the challenge here is how you frame the questions is very good, but I'm going to announce top 3 uh, evaluations. Okay, so that involves how innovative you are and how complex you have implemented the queries and how best you utilize the corresponding optimizations. Okay. In between, I will share the rubrics also. Rubric in the sense in what way I'm performing the evaluation, because it should be common for all. So because this is the one which is the final assessment individually, I mean to say. And coming to the batch wise assessment, that is a capstone project. Okay, that is all the batch wise representation. This individual assessment, I can give some time related to this skill and knowledge based explanation also. Okay, so that 10 to 15 minutes maybe randomly I can ask some kind of the questions so that in a way we can complete all the aspects. Okay, so with that, just we can, yeah, with that, any doubt?
How many scenario?
One scenario only, Harish. Within, see, the point here is with one scenario, maybe if you are taking some library management, or maybe if you are taking some employee data management, that might be the student information also. There is no restriction. Just to stick on to that model only. Student, is there any possibility of creating views? Maybe the placement data you can create as a view, because your placement data you want to submit to the NAC or NBA. You don't want to give your nowadays all NAC and NBA are happening online only. So you have to share the data. Assume that. That's what I said. Your innovation should come into the picture, because this is definitely hard for you at this level of training. But let me see. I know you are all potential candidates. I want to extract that particular extra mile from you. Okay, so definitely I will be available, guys. Just to start working on that, I'll be available in Slack mode afternoon. That in the timing, typically through the message, just to message in Teams or Slack. So I'll clarify whatever the doubt, because definitely while explaining the question, you may not get the doubts, but while implementing, definitely you will be getting many doubts. No problem. Just you post in the Slack or Teams so that I can respond immediately. Hope that helps, Harish.
Yes, sir, of course.
Okay. So let us conclude the session by describing the key takeaways. Okay, so uh, this day actually we have come across with one simple aspect and one intrinsic kind of thing. So the key takeaways. So we started the discussion with normalization, where is a process of the decomposition, and it allows us to perform some kind of reduction of the redundancy, or elimination may not be possible, but reducing the redundancy. And then we come across with the most important aspect called functional dependency. Functional dependency is a constraint between two attributes, where it is allowing us how the attributes are going to communicate to establish a kind of the relationship. And the third one is closure.
Normal forms.
Normal form actually. Before that, we have seen closure property of an attribute. This helps us to identify the candidate key. So reason behind this thing, friends, the candidate key is a potential key where you can populate, or where you can generate your all the remaining keys or non keys with the help of the candidate key. Now, as our friend said, normal forms, and there we come across with 1NF, 2NF, 3NF. So normal form is a rule actually, or is a kind of the provision so as to strengthen the design of the database related to the table. Just we can make use of the normal forms. 1NF mainly focus on atomic values of the attributes. 2NF mainly focus on the partial dependency. And this is the transitive dependency.
Transitive dependency.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a thing, and we have to avoid these things, friends. That should be there. No, that is negative condition. This one, no I mean, this is atomic values required, no partial dependency, and no transitive dependency. Here, in a way, no multi-valued attributes in the table. And one important point we have highlighted while discussing that 1NF, in a typical database design, by default, the tables created in 1NF mode, we can take it as granted. Now we applied some kind of the conversion also, conversion of a relation into 1NF, 2NF, and 3NF. And there also we observed one more property, like keeping candidate key as an additional relation, so as to achieve achieve lossless join decomposition. Okay, with this we can generate all the attributes. This is the point. And sixth, we have seen the introduction to PLSQL. Within this, we have seen stored routines and some kind of the properties, not fully, of course, but we have seen something. And third one is procedure one, where delimiter and create and call the procedure. And along with this thing, we have scoped the table also. And latest, what we have done is in Workbench, we observed how the database is scoping the stored procedures and how to create, call, and observe the results. Okay, so this is how you can refer. A stored routine is something like which is most commonly used SQL statements as a kind of the group or set of the SQL statements are formed into a logical transaction. And we can anytime if I want to access that particular stored routine, I can call and execute that particular thing. So in both the command orientation and in the workbench, in both the cases, we have seen the usage of that particular stored procedure. So that's all, guys. With this, I am taking a pause here. So afternoon, meet you in the format of the messaging, may not be in the training. And this is also one kind of task I used to give to our friends. So let us see how many of you are able to come up with your innovation and good thoughts. Okay, just you think through, friends, all your learning, summarize the learning, and just you, it should be simple but powerful. Okay, don't make the things unnecessary complex, because simple things are valuable. Even optimizations also stressing on the same point, right? So with that, I'm signing off, guys. So thank you for your almost 4 hours I have taken. So, but it's okay. That's how we manage the things. Uh, Anything else, guys? We missed out? Maybe batches or assessments or any specific topic or any specific thing we missed out? Let me know. We'll clarify that thing, or else we'll sign off and have lunch. And from you start from 2:30 or 2:40 to start working. Then accordingly we'll see that. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. No? Okay. Thank you. Okay. Put your efforts.
Sir,
And,
one doubt, sir.
yeah, Praveen, go ahead.
Sir, do we need to like join the meeting and parallelly we have to work, or
What is the approach you follow? Just to suggest me.
While in a Shalini session, we follow that we will be in a meeting and we will be working parallelly
No
outside.
problem, Praveen. But because we'll take another road. You need not join the call, and you
Sure,
be
sure, sir.
because maybe some